Hello, everyone, and welcome for joining us in the Loving Kindness meditation this evening. In a few days' time, the Chinese New Year will be celebrated amongst those observing the lunar calendar. With this new year, the rabbit will exit and we will welcome the year of the dragon. So, next week, we will not have a meta session because I believe people are basically busy with Chinese New Year activities. So we take a break for 1 week and then we return again the week after. Now, almost everyone who celebrates this festival will recall the excitement they experienced as children when Chinese New Year arrives. The sound of crackers, the wide array of food and cookies, and the voices of visiting relatives herald the entry of the new year. Family members gather from far and wide, drawn together by the irresistible pull of tradition and kinship. And the heart of the celebration lies in the reunion of family members, a cherished time when distant relatives, siblings, parents, and grandparents all unite under one roof. And this will be accompanied by laughter and stories as families get updated on new development pathways taken by their members. So this is really an important time for family bonding and the renewal of familial ties of love and affection. And beyond the rituals and customs lie the true essence of Chinese New Year. That is the reaffirmation of family ties and the celebration of love, unity, and togetherness. It is such time that our wishes of metta for the well-being of our family members begin to take a tangible presence when we meet members face to face, especially those whom we have not met for a long time. We send them love and kindness in our metta meditation, but then this is the season when we see them face to face and really makes the difference. And we must expect to see changes, especially the children whom we saw last year will be of a different height, and the boys no longer speak in a treble pitch but with an adult voice. So it's interesting. Love and kindness within the family are the very fabric that binds generation together, where we weave a tapestry of strength, resilience, and unwavering support. In our busy everyday life, where we experience chaos amidst challenges and success, it is the gentle touch of love and the selfless gesture of kindness that serve as a foundation upon which familial bonds are built. And love can be expressed in countless ways in the family. It could be a reassuring hug from a parent, the laughter shared between siblings, and the quiet understanding exchanged between generations. It is the unconditional acceptance that knows no bounds and the unwavering commitment to stand by each other through thick and thin. Kindness too flows freely within the family unit, like a gentle stream that nourishes all within its banks. It is the willingness to lend a helping hand without hesitation, the compassionate ear that listens without judgment, and the small acts of generosity that speaks volumes of care and concern. Family members interact with each other for many years. Now, there will be occasions where some angry action or some unkind words will be spoken in a fiery exchange. Sometimes these hurt are kept in the heart for a long time because people are not willing to let go of the people or the occasion that gave rise to the pain. Now, if this has occurred between you and your family members, you must offer forgiveness, just as you must be prepared to ask for forgiveness for family members. It is important for the family members to reconcile. If your family faces some difficulties, remember that the strength of familial love and kindness are most keenly felt in times of adversity. It is the unwavering support offered during times of hardship, the comforting embrace that offers solace in moments of sorrow, and the unspoken understanding that fosters resilience in the face of life's challenges. So ultimately, love and kindness within the family are not just mere sentiments, but they are powerful forces that shape lives, that nurtures the person, and leave an indelible mark on the heart of all who are touched by loving kindness. They are the bedrock upon which families are built. They are the guiding light that illuminate the path through one's journey through life, and the greatest gifts that one generation can pass to another. In our practice of loving kindness, remember that it should be non-judgmental. That is, we have an open acceptance to the present moment. We accept a person or a situation as it is, without imposing our views on what we want. Now, it is important to remember that in our relationship with our family members, sometimes our love and attachment for each other can lead to the desire to shape, change, or even dominate over the other person. This is often an issue among loved ones. When one member wants another member to behave and change in a certain way, and there's a lot of tension as a result of this. We can encourage a person to improve, to change for the better. But there are some aspects where a person feels natural acting or behaving in a certain manner. For instance, writing with a left hand, or maybe a person having some disability or preference or habit. Some of you might be left-handed, right? And according to the Chinese tradition, we must eat with the right hand, we must write with the right hand. I have a sibling, a sister, a younger sister, who happens to be left-handed. And even as she was young, she was almost being forced to make use of the right hand. So her writing, using right hand writing, is like the scratching of a chicken. They call it chaka ayam. Scratching of a chicken. It's not really nice because she was not allowed to use her left hand to write. Those days, parents, out of consideration for their loved ones, wants the children to grow in a certain way, in a good way. So you have to use the right hand instead of the left hand. But this is not natural for my poor sister. So she's what we call ambidextrous. That means she's equally good with both hands. Actually, the dominant hand is really the left hand, not the right. So trying to make a person change in the manner that we want becomes sometimes the basis for argument, for tension and disagreement, because one member just cannot put up with all this forcing. Sometimes there could be arguments between husbands and wife because husbands want the wife to act in a certain way, and the wife do not want the husbands to get into the old habits, and she will nag him. So they will argue. Maybe a mother and a daughter, a father and a son, or even siblings. So this is something that we need to be careful. So instead of helping a person change, the constant criticism that we give hardens a person into his ways. So it doesn't help. You need to be more skillful in helping a person change. Criticisms and scolding and forcing will not really help a person to change his ways. It only hardens him. There must also be the time when we must be prepared to stand back and recognize a person for what a person is. You recognize a person for his strength and weakness, and accept the person without value judgment. By having loving acceptance of a person, you can help a person build on his strength and overcome his weakness without tension, without insecurity, fear, and anxiety. So in other words, you recognize a person for his inherent nature, his Buddha nature, that is for his potential to evolve and grow in goodness, in love and wisdom. Now, a few weeks ago, I told you the story about the monk who transformed a thief. Do you remember? About how a thief broke into a monastery and in order to steal some money, and he was nervous, so he could not even open the box. So the monk helped him to open the box, and the monk asked him, "You just take whatever you want," and asked him whether he has good food to eat, and he was obviously hungry, so I brought him some food for him to eat. And a few days later, he was being caught because he has also broken some other. He must have robbed some other people and broken into some other houses. But the thief remembered the kindness of the monk, and when his jail sentence was over, when he already served his sentence in the jail, he returned back to the monastery and said that, when that day when I broke into your monastery, you might not remember me. I took some money and all that, but that's not what I really need. I really need your kindness. That is what I should have taken from you. Can you please ordain me as a monk to be your disciple? Because I want to learn that kindness from you. Yeah. So this is a very nice story to tell us about love, how by using loving kindness, a monk can transform a thief into his disciple. We must encourage those around us to open up, for them to let go and live in this present moment without fighting. Allow them to be their true spontaneous self without wishing to reshape them into some predetermined mold. And you enable people to be natural. I was blessed because my parents are not, they were not, what do you call it? There are some parents who try to micromanage the children, wanting the children to, look into every angle. So the children to find it's very stifling to live under such environment. My father was working and he's always out, and so he didn't give us any trouble. My mother cared a lot for us, but she could not read or write, so she let us be. And even our report cards, the only thing she knows about the report card is to put her signature, which she writes in Chinese. And she's always very conscious that her writing in the Chinese characters are not elegant or good. And she's afraid that people might laugh at the handwriting. But the teacher, I don't think my teacher also know how to read Chinese. So we were allowed to be ourselves. And as siblings, we help each other. We study together. The days when we didn't have TV or even a radio, we will sit under this kerosene light, the lamp, where you put a piece of paper, cut a hole, put under the funnel of the glass, so that the light will shine on the page rather than into your eyes. And our brothers and sisters will study together after dinner, and we do that every time, every day. And at 10 o'clock, that's the time to wind up to go to sleep. And so the family itself had the environment. And when our siblings started doing well in studies, it puts pressure on the younger ones to emulate the examples of the elder brothers. So I grew in that kind of environment, and I really appreciate that very much. I tend to be more introverted, and I tend to be more to myself. I like to do paintings and doing things just myself rather than just running around like my other brothers are more active. They go outside, they're more outdoor kind. So we're just allowed to be ourselves, right? And because of that nature, it becomes easy for me to go into things like meditation, or even to pick up musical instruments, because we didn't have the money, the means to have musical instruments. So when I had a harmonica, I taught myself to play the harmonica. And later on, I was very attracted to music. A classmate had a sister who plays the piano, so I borrowed the book, didn't have a teacher. I went through the book and then cycled 2 miles to the temple in Malacca, because they have an old piano, and learned how to play the piano, teaching myself how to play the piano. And later on, they had a huge flood in Malacca where the piano was drowned in the flood water. Nobody thought of saving the piano because it was too heavy. When the temple was flooded, they started removing all the things, but nobody cares about the piano because only Victor will play the piano, nobody else. So the piano was drowned. And when the water receded, it was all covered with mud, caked mud. So the whole piano was gone. And then I had a good fortune that my cousin returned back from the university with a guitar, and he started playing the guitar, and then borrowed the guitar from him, and also borrowed a book on how to play classical guitar. So I learned how to plug and play the classical guitar, even without knowing how to strum. So it was very interesting learning how to do things myself, allowing yourself to be, allowing your own talents to emerge without the parents saying, okay, you must behave like this or behave like that. Important way of the practice of metta is also respect. That is, you must allow a person to have his privacy, to be himself. We need to speak with kindness and appreciation without being manipulative of wanting a person to act in a certain way so that he can get rewarded. So sometimes, parents would speak to the kids, oh, yes, a clever boy, things like that. But the little boy knows, when you say like that, that means there's something that you want from me. That is manipulation. Even little kids will know that. So sometimes people speak with kindness and appreciation because they are manipulative. But we must speak with kindness and appreciation without being manipulative. That is wanting people to act in a certain way and holding out the reward to them if they act according to what we want. Or maybe sometimes speaking in a manner that makes a person feel a little guilty, so that he feels pressured to act in a certain way. Even amongst our loved ones, we should allow them to be independent while we love them very much. And actually, I was very inspired by a Lebanese poet and philosopher. His name is Khalil Gibran. He lived in America and in Lebanon, and he wrote in Lebanese, which is Arabic, as well as in English. Beautiful writings. He's no longer alive, as he was in the very early 1900s. He's written a book called The Prophet. And this is what Khalil had to say on marriage. This is about husband and wife. It says, you were born together, and together you shall evermore be, you shall be forevermore. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of heaven dance between you. That is, although husbands and wife are together, but there must be some space in their togetherness so that the winds of heavens can dance between them. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be the moving sea between the souls, between the shores of your soul. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone. Even as the strings of a lute is like a guitar, musical instruments, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music, right? For the strings of the guitar, for them to make a sound, they must be actually separate, yet they vibrate to the same harmony. But if you were to bundle the strings together, right, then it would not make any sound at all. And that is Halil's advice on how the partners in marriage, husbands and wife, should love each other, but there must also be a space between them so that they can, like strings of a lute, are alone, though they quiver with the same music. And stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of the temple stands apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grew not in each other's shadow. For the temple to stand, the pillars must stand apart, not together, right? And the oak tree do not grow, and the cypress do not grow into another oak tree. You don't have an oak tree growing under each other's shadow. That's the same with cypress as well. Cypress, because it's a Lebanese, so oaks and cypress are the trees in their natural environment. Yeah? So in other words, stand together, yet not too near together. There must be some distance. That is the respect for each other, giving space to each other. Now, what advice has Sarah Gibran on children? He says, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they do not, yet they belong not to you. They don't belong to you, although they come through you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. Okay, don't try to make them become like you. They are the bows like an arrow, bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. So they are bows where you send, where your children are like living arrows that you sent from the bow. Okay, the meaning of this verse is that even amongst those whom we love, to the persons that we are bonded in marriage, let there be some space so that it's natural for them to breathe and act and think, and there must be thrust and acceptance in that love, not overpowering love, overpowering influence and dominance. And also for the children, we love them, we guide them, we teach them, but we don't expect them to be an exact replica of us, for they have their own karmic history, their past conditioning, their own thoughts and preference. So each of them have their own path to follow, and they have their life to lead. You cannot live their life for them, or you can expect them to lead the life that you desire. So in the practice of metta, there is love, there is kindness, there is trust, respect, and acceptance. Okay, so now we will proceed with our metta meditation. In the practice of metta meditation, sit in a comfortable fashion, whether you're seated cross-legged on the floor or on a chair. Keep your back straight. Be relaxed. Even as you sit, don't make your back ramrod straight. Just kind of relax, but nicely your head above your shoulders. Because if your head is too forward like that, it will create aches and pains on your body. Or if you're meditating like that, again, it creates tension on your body. We want you to be aware of your breathing. Breathing is something that is part of us. From the moment that we are born, we breathe, and the breath is always there. So it's always a very useful anchor for our mind. Now, as we stand metta, we need to feel comfortable. Have a smile in the heart, and in your mind's eye, you see the people whom you like to share your loving kindness. And I will guide you in the metta meditation. First, we will just be aware of our breath in order to bring our mind back to the present moment. And then we practice the inner smile. And in the practice of metta, we make 4 wishes. All right, so we send loving kindness first to ourselves and then to others. The 4 wishes is, if sending loving kindness to ourselves, may my heart be peaceful and free. May my mind be happy. May my body be healthy. May I be well and happy. So you make use of the same formula that make use of the same wishes to send loving kindness to others. Okay, so these are, and each of these techniques that I'm teaching you, that I'm leading or introducing to you, could be a meditation technique in its own right. So you can actually spend some time just using this technique, 1 hour, 2 hours, days. You can just use the technique, right? But down here we have combined it so that in order to make you feel more comfortable, in order for your metta meditation to flow in very smoothly. All right, so I'll ring the bell, and we begin by just watching the breath, being sensitive, by being aware of the breath that comes in and out. And as our breath becomes softer and more calmer, our mind itself will begin to settle down. Gently close your eyes and just connect your mind to your breath. We are breathing in all the time from the moment that we are born. We're breathing in and out all the time. The breath occurs naturally as part of our bodily function. So just pay attention to our breath. And by anchoring the mind to the breath, it will help our mind to come down, to settle down, and to be aware of the present moment. So just watch your breath. Bring your mind to the state of contentment, because there is really nothing else that you rather do than to turn your mind, to devote yourself to the practice of meditation. And now we shall proceed to the practice of the inner smile. This is good practice for healing, for creating a sense of well-being. Because when you talk about a smile is connected with the radiation of peace, of happiness, of friendliness, of relaxation. Let us just be aware of the crown. The crown is the topmost part of your head. You might also feel some sensations there. Can you feel your crown? Can you feel at least your scalp? You put a smile in your crown. Let your crown smile. And now just be aware of your forehead. Can you feel your forehead? Put a smile on your forehead. And now the spot between your eyebrows. Putting a spot between your eyebrows. Putting a smile there. And being aware of your eyes. Putting a smile in your eyes. A smile for your face. And down your neck to the base of your neck. That's where you have the thyroid gland. Put a smile at the base of your neck. And just moving lower down will be a thymus gland. A thymus gland is in your chest, between your lungs, and just behind the breastbone. So it is just above your heart. The thymus gland makes white blood corpuscles and is part of your immune system. So send blessings of love and kindness, smiles to your thymus gland. And now bring the love, bring the smile into your heart. Let your heart beam a warm smile like a sun ray that warms the earth. A big smile in your heart. A smile in your heart gives a sense of being positive, having no trouble at all in the world, having the strength and the warmth. So with your heart smiling now, and from your heart now into your lungs, smile into your lungs. So your lungs may be healthy and functioning well. Kindness for your lungs. And now to your solar plexus. Solar plexus is just at the base of your breastbone. This is a nerve center, a node for nerves that is connected to the organs in your body. And this is the part that reacts to strong emotions like fear or anxiety or loss of confidence or anger. So this is the part that will tense up and creates tension for the other organs connected with the solar plexus. So putting a smile to your solar plexus, relaxing your solar plexus so that it radiates positive energy. It's like a sunshine in your solar plexus. And smiles for your liver on the left, on the right side of your body. Just below your ribs, smiling, smiles for your liver, smiles for your kidneys, around the waist, on both sides of your spinal cord. And your spleen on the left side of your body. And your pancreas, which is just resting against the spleen and against the stomach. And now to your digestive system, your stomach. Smiles for your stomach, so you have a healthy stomach that does its work well, breaking down food, absorbing the nutrients from your food, and your intestines, small and large intestines, to have healthy intestines. So you're nourished well because your organs are performing well. And now urinary system, your bladder, smiles for your bladder, urinary tract. And for the males, the prostate, females, your ovaries and uterus. That's the reproductive part of the human body. Smile so that you keep all parts of your body healthy. So positive energy to all the cells, blessings the cells with love and kindness, that may they function with good health. And after generating smiles through our body, let us now return to the breath and watch the breath, making the mind alert, watching the breath come and go. And in order to help the mind remain on the breath, some counting might help. So you just count from 1 to 10. As you breathe in and out, that's number 1. In and out, that's count 2, and so on. Upon reaching number 10, you return back to number 1. At any stage when your mind has strayed away or your mind becomes drowsy, just be alert of what is happening and then bring your mind back to the breath. So that's how it is done. It's actually quite easy in terms of theory, but in terms of practice, sometimes it's not as easy when you practice. And so just be relaxed, be kind to yourself. Whether you do well or you don't do so well, no problem. Just keep your mind on your breath. Okay? So that's just watch the breath. Now let us watch the breath in another way. As you breathe in, you relax yourself. And as you breathe out, you smile in your heart and you relax. When you watch your breath this way, you can experience the entire body of the breath. And now we send loving kindness first to ourselves. We are the first candidate. Don't forget to send love and kindness to yourself. And from yourself, you radiate outwards. So you have to put your house in order first. Let's send thoughts of wishes, loving wishes to ourselves. First wish, may my heart be peaceful and free. Smile in your heart as you make this wish. May my heart be peaceful and free. May my mind be happy. May my mind be happy. Make a sincere wish. May I be happy. May I be healthy. No problems of health, sicknesses, just a healthy and strong body. May I be healthy. May I be well and happy. With a smile in your heart, we begin again. May my heart be peaceful and free. May I be happy. May my body be healthy. May I be healthy. May I be well and happy. Now, after sending loving kindness to ourselves, we become peaceful and calm, and then we ourselves can become the source of love and kindness. We can make wishes of love and kindness. In our practice, we would send love and kindness to people who are connected with us. But later on, as our practice develops, then you can send your loving kindness even to those whom you are neutral to, and including the people who are adverse to you. So it's possible to send the same quality of love to this category of people. But for tonight, we will send first to the first group of people, people whom we have derived a lot of benefit, people who have given us so much love, kindness, affection, care. They have sacrificed so much for us. So we think of them, of their kindness, with the heart of gratitude, especially coming to the new year. You could think of all the people that have come into your life and bless your life with kindness, with love, with affection, with their knowledge, with their advice. We send our loving kindness to our parents, to our grandparents, to our teachers. And if you have mentors, people who have been especially kind and generous to you, you could also send loving kindness to them. So this is a special group of people. We like to thank them for all the kindness that they have given to us. When you send loving kindness to them, you can send loving kindness to them as a group or even separately one by one. For instance, your mother who brought you into this world and who have devoted herself to you. Always, you're always in her thoughts. So now you think about her kindness, about her qualities and wisdom. And with sincerity in your heart, you say to her, Mother, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May you always be healthy. May you be well and happy. Speak to her as if she's just right in front of you and you're actually speaking to her with sincerity. And you do the same thing with your father, who have actually been the pillar for the whole family, a pillar on which the whole house was standing, and how he has worked so hard, thinking various ways and means in order to clothe the family, put food on the table, provide all the things for the family to survive, to live. and for us to have a proper education and then to be independent eventually. So thanks and gratitude to our father, to our grandparents. We are also connected to our grandparents and our ancestors. It is from them that's how we are here. We inherited this body from them. To our teachers, who have given us so much knowledge, especially our teachers who taught us Dhamma and encouraged us to walk along the path of Dhamma, and our mentors. So let us send our loving kindness to this first group of people. May your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May your body be healthy. May you be well and happy. And now we send loving kindness to our family members. Just think about them. Have them in your mind's eye as you make wishes of love and kindness. Now let us imagine that the beings of this world are gathered around us and they have all assumed a human form. So let us send our wishes of loving kindness to all the beings in the forward direction. So all beings in the forward direction, may your heart be peaceful and free. May your mind be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well and happy. And beings in the right side, in the rightward direction. Beings in the backward direction. Beings in the leftward direction. Beings in the downward direction. Beings in the upward direction. And now let us share the merits with the devas. With a calm and peaceful mind and sight, we pray for a peaceful year, peace and harmony in the country and in the world. Sharing the merits with the devas, the higher beings, may they rejoice in these merits and continue to guide and protect us as well as our loved ones. Ita vatacha Ammeyi Sampadam Punya Sampadam Sabbe Deva Sabbe Sata Sabbe Buddha Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya. Let us also transfer merits to our departed relatives and friends. Although we cannot repay them with kindness now, we can still dedicate merits to them. If these merits help to bring them relief and happiness, please make use of these merits. Idang me nyatinang hoto sukita honto nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hoto sukita honto nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hoto sukita honto nyatayo. Let us make the aspirations that by the grace of these merits, that we don't follow the way of the foolish, that we be blessed with good friends and wise teachers, that we remain on the path of Dharma wherever we are, and may we one day achieve the highest place of Nibbana. Emina punya kamena mami bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava Nibbana patiya. Let us have a closing invocation, giving thanks for all the blessings received. O Buddha, my spiritual master and refuge, thank you for the blessings, guidance, and protection. The Dhamma, holy saints, and spiritual teachers, bodhisattvas, Dhamma protectors, and devas, thank you for the blessings, guidance, and protection. May the Buddha be at my head, the Dhamma in my heart, and the Sangha by my side to guide and protect me always. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share in these merits that we have generated. May these merits help to bring them good health, happiness, and peace. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, to share in these merits of ours, and may they long protect the Buddha Sasana. Let's say sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.